Aswan High Dam, rock-filled dam across the Nile River at Aswān, Egypt, completed in 1970 and formally inaugurated in January 1971 at a cost of about $1 billion. The Aswan High Dam yields enormous benefits to the economy of Egypt. For the first time in history, the annual Nile flood is under human control. The dam impounds the floodwaters, releasing them when needed to maximize their utility on irrigated land. To water hundreds of thousands of new hectares, to improve navigation both above and below Aswān, and to generate enormous amounts of hydroelectric power. The dam is 111 meters high, with a crest length of 3,830 meters and a volume of 40/1,300,000 cubic meters. It impounds a reservoir, Lake Nasser, that has a gross capacity of 169 billion cubic meters. The reservoir has a depth of 90 meters and averages 22 kilometers in width. Of the Nile's total annual discharge, some 74 billion cubic meters of water have been allocated by treaty between Egypt and Sudan, with about 55.5 billion cubic meters apportioned to Egypt and the remainder to Sudan. Lake Nasser backs up the Nile about 320 kilometers in Egypt and almost 160 kilometers farther upstream in Sudan. The creation of the dam's reservoir necessitated the costly relocation of the ancient Egyptian temple complex of Abu Simbel, which would otherwise have been submerged. 90,000 Egyptian fellahin and Sudanese Nubian nomads had to be relocated. 50,000 Egyptians were transported to the Calm Umber Valley, 50 kilometers north of Aswān, to form a new agricultural zone called New Baria. Because of the dam's complete control of the Nile's annual flooding, much of the flood and its load of rich fertilizing silt is now impounded in reservoirs and canals, and the silt is thus no longer deposited by the Nile's rising waters on farmlands. Egypt's annual application of about 1 million tons of artificial fertilizers is an inadequate substitute for the 40 million tons of silt formerly deposited annually by the Nile flood. The creation of the lake threatened to submerge a number of significant historical sites, notably the tombs and temples at Philae and Abu Simbel, under its waters. The Egyptian government appealed to UNESCO, with whose assistance many monuments were dismantled and reconstructed on safer ground. In the early 1980s, land reclamation projects began in the desert around the lake.